I've made this joke a lot of times, but some of you may not have heard it yet. Canes play tonight, taking on the Islanders. Night before Halloween. No ghosts. See what I did there? Shane Gostisbehere, not in the lineup. Hurt. Ghost, not there. Halloween. And yeah, I don't have to explain it. Canes versus the Islanders today. I make the joke about no ghosts, but it's really not a joke, right? It's part of the story right now for what the Canes are dealing with is injuries. And even when it's not injuries, it's doing what they can to prevent injuries. Things like we're expecting Brandon Bussi in net today, which is obviously giving Pyotr Kochetkov all the time he needs to get healthy and protecting Freddie Anderson from being overworked early on in the season, and then also rewarding Brandon Bussi for being pretty darn good in his first 3 starts. So there's the injuries to Keandre Miller, injuries to Jacob Slavin, or I should say injury to each of them, injuries to Shane Gostisbehere. Already missed time with one, now missing time with another. Carrier, Robinson, both out, both on the IR. It's notable, okay? It's notable. Here's one of the things that is unfortunate, but it needs to have happen. In the Canes system, the forwards are already asked to do a lot, right? They're asked to play every inch of the ice. You can't just be a cherry-picking offensive player. You have to do it all. Guess what? You got to do even more now. The forwards have to carry a lot of the weight of the blue line, and it goes back to something, Dennis, actually you brought up to me yesterday, and then looking at the lines today, it was reinforced for me. Top line expected to be Aho centering Ehlers and Jarvis. Second line expecting to be Stankoven centering Hall and Blake. Third line / Stahl line expected to be Stahl centering Svech and Martinuk. The top 9 on the forward side for the Canes has been relatively stable. And Jankowski and Kotkaniemi on the fourth line, those guys have been through battles, right? They're veterans. They've been around. Nadeau being the one kind of, new piece still getting their feet wet. But Nadeau is your top prospect, right? So the forwards, because of the stability, because you don't have as many obstacles in front of you, I think you have to use that to your advantage and take some weight off the blue line. Because if you look at the blue line, I thought this was hilarious. Yesterday at practice, Walt Ruff, team reporter, he always tweets out like who's skating with who, what are the pairings. Mm-hmm. He put out the lines of forwards, right? This is what it was, and it was basically what I just said. Then he got to the defensemen, and he didn't even put out lines. He just wrote, the 6 on defense are rotating frequently. And it was like, all right, that's the difference right now, right? The forwards, they have lines, right? They're like the school bus, right? You don't have to have assigned seats, but everybody knows where to go, right? They just go out to practice and no, I'm skating with you, and all right, here we are. The blue line, they're like seats at like I don't even know, somewhere where you walk up, it's like a pizza party, right? Who's sitting next to who? Who's at the cool table? Rod Brind'Amour is putting out name cards as kids are walking in, going like, all right, you're here. Oh, no, flip that. We can't have you two sitting next to each other. You're over here. They're figuring it out on the fly.
I'm pretty sure those young guys are wearing name tags right now.
Yeah. They're doing the right at the beginning of training camp in college football, all of the freshmen and new players, they have just the masking tape across the top of their helmet with their name. And sometimes coaches use it as like a like when you've earned the right, then we take the tape off, and a lot of times that also puts the logo on the side of your helmet, like you're now one of us. Legault, Nystrom, they still have the masking tape across the top of their helmet. Not saying they haven't earned it, because obviously Nystrom, taking a puck to the face and going back into the game, that's going to earn you the respect of a lot of people in the hockey world. But it's so new that you just to know who they are. I catch myself doing this, especially since they've been on the road so much. We've been watching on TV late at night. I always say for our numbers game, which we play at 5:30, I'm not good with hockey numbers except for the stars, because everything moves so fast. You actually get to know the players by like their body posture and like how they skate and just what they look like. So at your peripheral, you can go, oh, that's Svech. Oh, that's Aho, without having to go, what number is that? Recently, I've been doing a lot of, who is that? I don't have that body posture figured out yet. They're big. Okay, it's Legault. They're small. Now it's probably Fensori. Like you figure
Yeah.
you figure that kind of stuff out, but it takes a little bit more time. So just in pure common sense, the forward should be further along than the blue line right now. And that means the blue line should be able to lean on the forwards. Even with, I mean, give the new guys credit, right? They're doing their best. And at times you don't notice they're young, which is fantastic. Matter of fact, here's a clip of Rod Brind'Amour talking about those very same young guys holding their own out there on the ice.
I think they've done their job. I mean, you go through all the games. Of course, there's, I don't even call them mistakes. They're just, situations where maybe they shouldn't be on, but they are, and playing against players that are the elite of the world, and they're hanging in there. And that has not been actually the issue in some of the games we've kind of thrown away at the end. It's not those guys. So I think they've done everything that we've asked them to do.
I agree. And that was from today, by the way, with the idea that, they were going to be depended on again today. Right? They're doing their job. The issue is the job they're being put into is probably more than what their job is, right? Nikishin, Walker, top line. Chatfield, Nystrom. This is as of morning skate. Chatfield and Nystrom, second line. Riley, Legault on the third line. I mean, could it be as simple as we want at least one vet on each pair, and thus it's Walker and Nikishin? Nikishin is technically the most experienced of the young guys. He's played 9 regular season games.
Yeah.
Chatfield and Nystrom. That Chatfield experience, Nystrom brand new. Riley, Legault. Riley experience, Legault brand new. Like it might just be we want at least one veteran out there at all points in time.
Also, you have 4 right-handers, which is interesting because remember the beginning of the season with their normal core, it's like, whoa, who's going to play their offside? They have 4 lefties. Now it's, okay, which one of you righties can play on the offside? And it's actually going to be Jalen Chatfield, like you said. So I just, you're spreading out experience with each of those pairings, like you said, and just a level physicality and stuff as well on each. So it's good balance that Rod can throw out a pair out there, and or Tim Gleason, the defensive coach, and be like, all right, at least I got a veteran out there for sure.
It is a lesson that we are 100% not going to learn, but we should. It's pointless debating lines for the month leading up to the regular season, right? Oh, who's going to skate offhanded was such a dramatic conversation that we had because you had this obvious top 6 defensemen and 4 of them, oh no, what are we going to do? We're not even 10 games in and we have the exact opposite problem of what we were dealing with.
And 3 of those lefties aren't playing right now.
That is a lesson that we should learn that we absolutely will not learn. And then, or something like, what do we do if Stankoven doesn't work at center? And you talk about, could Jarvis be a center? Is Kokoniemi ready to go back to being a second-line center? And then Stankoven's done pretty well. And it's like, you know what? That was another whole conversation that we didn't really need to have. But if we could predict the future, we wouldn't have them. But we can't. So we gotta break down everything every which way. Tonight, go ahead.
Let's see. Do you think as well, like during the stretch while Keandre, Chingasasbear, Jacob Slavin, these guys are all out, realistically, because it's not an easy task for these young guys in sustainability. Roddy even said that after one of the games recently. I think, remember correctly, it was the game against Dallas, against the Avalanche. Just how long can you sustain this? If you can get through, let's say, like middle of November, like November 15th, if you can get through that stretch of games, and you're basically 500 points percentage before you start getting guys back, my eyes, that's a win.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
Just bank points as best as you can. If you're at 500 or slightly better in terms of points, that in terms of, again, those specific games, you've already banked some points at the beginning of the year. Like I'll take that right now with what they're dealing with.
We don't know how long some of these absences are going to be.
For sure.
If they are for a while, guess what's going to happen? Eventually, we're not going to talk about Nystrom as like, oh no, what are they going to do to protect the new guy? It kind of goes like this. Right when they get, and this is every sport, not just hockey, right? When a new guy is forced in, it's panic, protect the new guy. Everyone, it's like the whole team is big brothers, and it's this little brother out there that everybody's looking out for. And after every shift, hey, you doing all right? What'd you see? You good? And then it probably gets ugly for a little bit where they're like, all right, you got to figure it out, kid. And he's on his own. And then it just becomes normal, right? And then he's just a peer. And then he's just one of the guys. If they get there, if they ride the entire roller coaster, that little dip and the positive vibes of backing your guy up, and they come out on the other side and they're not, in the basement of the division. They have some points. They've banked some. They're still in good shape. And Nystrom and Legault and even somebody like Riley, who's kind of projected to be the healthy extra. Like, if all of those guys are seen as peers, like, I don't know. You've earned it. You've been out there. You've proven you fit. And then you get back Slavin. And then you get back Ghost. And then you get back all these other guys. That's a huge advantage. But, I mean, it's kind of like for me, it's what like running is. I hate it the whole time it's happening, and then as soon as it's done, I'm like, heck yeah, I got better today.
Yeah.
Went for a jog, got my cardio up. Like, that's what it is. Like, you're going to hate playing 3 rookies on your blue line the entire time you're doing it. And then when you're done, heck yeah, we got better. Look at that. These young guys are ready to throw in there. It's that you got to get through it to enjoy the positive vibes.
By the way, real quick note on tonight's game. Matthew Barzal, New York Islanders, not playing tonight.